What's up, y'all? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. This is breaking news. I'm going to say goodbye and a thank you to Sean Puffy Combs, who's about to be found guilty of these acts that they have him up, sex trafficking, RICO, and prostitution, intent to sell prostitution. But not because he deserves to be. Let me just make that very clear. He's not going to be found guilty because he deserves to be found guilty of these crimes. I do not believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that they was able to prove RICO. Definitely not. Sex trafficking, not. The prostitution, the intent to sell prostitution, is questionable. But I could see if that is the charge they were going to give him. But let me let you know, that's not what's going to happen. They're going to find him guilty on all charges, and they're going to send this man to prison for life, and I'll tell you why. I don't agree with a lot of what 50 Cent says, but I have to totally agree with him. This has a lot to do with this Diageo lawsuit. Also, Puffy wanting to purchase BET back to get it back in the hands of black ownership. He was also looking to start his own black media company. He was telling all of the entrepreneurs, we needed to get our own media companies. We need to get, our own media. We need to get run our own businesses, run our own television networks, have our own Grammys. He was trying to strike up other rich black entrepreneurs like black businessmen like Magic Johnson, like Tyler Perry. He was trying to get them all involved in this. Remember, with Diageo, he was trying to get DeLeon, own DeLeon, and then he was going to start all black liquor creators and designers or whatever, owners, to be up under DeLeon. He was going to start DeLeon East, DeLeon West, DeLeon in the islands, all black ownership. He was looking to do this. And that's why he brought Diageo up on these charges for prejudice and discrimination. The moment he did that, I knew he was going to be marked. And that's when all these lawsuits and stuff started coming down. And then they used that as a reason to void the contract and pull out. Now, the government has been playing dirty from day one. They used all the salacious acts in order to keep him locked up. And now you come to the real trial and you don't hear any of those things. What happened to the witness tampering? Remember, they said, we can't allow him out because of the witness tampering. Well, no one came up on that stand and said he tried to silence them. The only person that said anything similar to that was Mia, and she said, I thought he was trying to contact me to give me money, but he never ever offered money. He never told any of them, I'll give you money. The reason why D-Rock said that he would send her something is because she told him she was out of money. And D-Rock was afraid. Puffy never called up and said, hey, I'll give you this if you don't say anything about me. So they used all of those things in order so the judge would not grant him bail. And then the reason why they did that was because they had to tie the RICO. Remember, after 2019, he was no longer seeing Cassie. He started seeing Jane Doe. So what they did was go to Jane Doe and say, you're either going to be a co-conspirator or you're going to be... This is what took them so long. When people were like, what's taking them so long? But this is what took them so long. You're going to be a co-conspirator or you're going to come and testify. You got a young son, whoop, 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 whoop. And then they scared her, of course, like they do, intimidated her into testifying. Because they had to tie the RICO together because they needed after 2019. But he had already broken up with Cassie. So the RICO would have never worked. And they knew that if he would have got out on bail, he would have been able to go back and speak to Jane Doe. If he's out on bail, Jane Doe would have never testified. She would have never testified. He would have explained to her, oh, they're trying to tie me into a RICO. And he would have let her know, just don't say anything. You don't have to say anything. They cannot force you to testify. I know they act like they can. Right? But that's the whole thing. And I believe because they asked for a mistrial 3 times, they didn't give him bail. And I just think that the government, with all of the cheating they was doing and all the underhanding and all of the indiscretion procedure-wise they were doing and got away with, I just don't see any way how they come this far and not get away with the entire thing. They can't let Puff out because they know he's going to sue them. If Puffy's let out, he's going to sue the pants off of the Southern District of New York, and that's the reason why they're not going to let him out. I think this is a total injustice, and not enough black people, to me, are angry. Black people, they don't even care if the government does their kind dirty, as long as it's somebody they don't like. But if it happens to them, all of a sudden, oh, the government, oh, white people, this, that, and the other. But they'll allow another brother to go down just because they don't like him or they don't like his ways. I have to say thank you to Puff, because I like his personal life. I don't care about his personal life. That got nothing to do with me. But I know Mary J. Blige's album, My Life, saved my life. I don't have to go into what it did for me. But there is no My Life album if it's not for Sean Puffy Combs. There's no Biggie. We all know that, oh, what happened to Biggie, unfortunately. But if there's no Sean Puffy Combs, we may not even never hear Biggie. Biggie may die in the street as another crack dealer. So I appreciate Puff. He did a lot for the culture. He gave a lot back to the communities. If you don't believe it, go look it up for yourself. Puff gave back way more than a lot of these other people did. And his personal life, they're going to take him down for. And baby oil. It's atrocious. It's a shame. And for all the black people to sit up here and let these white content creators milk and make money off our culture, and y'all just sit there cheering them on, sending them information so they can come and put out, just so you can hear them tearing down a black man and y'all can sit and cheer. Oh, yeah, oh, she's cooking Diddy. This is the reason why we're the joke race and will always be the joke race. We'll stick together. But I believe they're going to find him guilty. I know they're going to find him guilty because they can't not give him not guilty now. I hope and pray that I'm wrong. I will gladly be wrong. And I will come back and say I was wrong and I'm glad I'm wrong. But I don't see any way how now, after all this, or else they just would have mistrialed it, because they know this case and this trial has been BS from day one. Look at the evidence. That's not sex trafficking. That's not coerce. That's not coercion. I mean, come on. We don't have to go over it again. Cassie's sitting with her $30 million. You got all these people trying to get lawsuits because they feel as though Puff is going up the river for life. So now they're going to try to get in their lawsuits before the government seizes all its property. So I thank Sean Puffy Combs. I don't care what anybody else has to say about it. As far as his music goes and what he did for the culture, that's what I thank him for. And just God bless him, man. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood, out.